Hello everyone, this is Rose from Little Miss Rose and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be setting up my new bullet journal for 2021. This video is kindly sponsored by Skillshare. I'll talk to you a bit more about them later on in the video. So for 2021 I've decided to use a new Archer and Olive notebook. The one that I've chosen is a Neapolitan journal which has 3 different types of paper in it: white, black and craft paper. As you can see, it has 160 GSM pages, so very thick pages. It comes with the usual elastic closure, a back pocket, a pen loop and 2 bookmarks. I'm super looking forward to using this journal, especially since I haven't used a craft paper journal before either. The details in this journal are beautiful. I'm a huge fan of Archer and Olive products. Their notebooks and pens are always of the highest quality. As well as this notebook, I'll also be using the tropical set of Acrylographs by Archer and Olive. Kelly creates fine liners, pencil, ruler and a grey Faber Castell Pitt brush pen. As well as that, I'll be using a few stickers from my shop, some vertical date strips, some calendar stickers and some monthly header stickers. If you want further details on all the items I've used, they will be linked in the description below. So I've decided that I'll just leave this book belongs to page till after I've completed my setup. And the first page, because it doesn't sit flat, I always tend to skip this one, and I'll do my 2021 cover page on the first double page spread, as we can see here. I decided to only use 7 colours from the tropical set. I've left out the grey at this point. I wanted bright, fun rainbow colours for my 2021 setup. I think for a lot of people the year 2020 has been very tough, and I just wanted a bit of optimism in my next journal. So bright rainbow colours. So the theme running through my 2021 setup is a bright spray of rainbow coloured doodles. So as you can see, my doodles consist of hearts, stars, butterflies, diamonds, clover shapes, lots of dots and circles, whatever takes your fancy. Now I've done these straight onto the page with the acrylograph pens. I haven't sketched these out with pencil at all. It's just nice to draw random doodles and shapes onto the page like this. So to add the year onto the page, I've actually created some stickers using my Silhouette and the Silhouette software. I literally just chose a font that I liked and wrote these words out directly into the Silhouette software and cut them out using my Silhouette. Now, if any of you are interested in a copy of this Silhouette file, please just leave a note in the comments below and I'll email that out to you. I love how this page has turned out with the bright colours and the year 2021 being bold and black. So onto the next page. I always do an index at the front of my bullet journal. Just makes it easier for looking up items in your bullet journal long after you've finished using it. And for these 2 pages I'm going with the same design as you can see before, just slight variation in that I'm adding the colour to one side only. I'll also be using the same stickers that I created on the stickers sheet before for the heading of the index. So for my index pages, I've just mixed up the direction of my lettering or my stickers, and that will be my index page. So next up I have my future log, and I'll be using some stickers from my shop to help set this up. I'm being very lazy this year and I'm not doing any hand lettering to set up my bullet journal, instead using stickers. I just like the clean lines and less time and fuss. So as you can see, I've penciled in some boxes. My boxes are 8 squares wide and I think 28 squares long, and I've just staggered them throughout the page. Now as you can see here, I added a border around my future log calendars. I forgot to hit the record button when I was recording, but you can see what I did in the next half of the year when I flip the page. So to continue on with my future log, I'm just going to carry on with the same setup for the second half of the year. Now, as I said before, the stickers save me a lot of time, and I'm sure you're thinking this video is only 20 minutes long, but the footage that I've edited down was initially 3 hours long, so this whole setup took me at least 3 hours. It doesn't take into account me deciding what I wanted to do, choosing the tools that I wanted to use, planning out my pages. So please be aware that these videos are always edited and sped up, and you shouldn't put any pressure on yourself to create a full bullet journal in under half an hour. It's just not possible. As you can see, using calendar stickers has saved me a lot of effort in writing out the dates of the month individually. Now these calendar stickers are available on my Etsy shop, Rose K Paper Co. You can get them on either black paper, white paper, clear or craft paper, and you can choose either a Monday start or a Sunday start. So I'm just continuing the rainbow doodles across the page. And I really do love just the pop of colour contrasting against the black and the white. And that is my future log for this bullet journal. So my next 2 pages is what I usually call a brain dump, although I know a lot of people don't like the term brain dump. So this year I've decided to call this page Inbox. So any ideas that I get, anything that doesn't sort of fit into my monthly or my weekly logs, I'll just pop onto these pages, my inbox. So to continue on with my setup, I've decided on 2 new pages that I don't usually keep in my bullet journal. The one on the left is what I will title a waiting on page, which at the moment I feel like I really need because I have a lot of online purchases where I'm sitting waiting for them to arrive. So each time I make an online purchase, I'll add it to this list and I can tick them off and note when the purchases have arrived. Now here's a little trick that I learnt from a crafting website on how to stick letters on a straight line, in a straight line. So here I'm just going to peel off the top half of the letters, and then I'm going to grab a strip of baking paper. and I'll attach the stickers onto the baking paper so that I know that all the letters are lined up, and then I will transfer those stickers onto my page. That way I end up with all my stickers lined up nice and neat. Now, of course, you don't have to do this, but I just like having everything lined up, so I thought this would be easier and faster than if I tried to stick everything on one at a time, trying to get them as precise as possible. So that is another spread completed. Over the page, I'm going to create a period tracker. Again, I'm going to use the stickers that I created before for the header. And on the right hand side, I'm going to list the months of the year across the top, and each date will get a dot below the month. So the idea here is each time I get my period, I will fill in the day of the month in a larger dot. The larger the dot, the heavier the flow. And because of pure laziness, I'll be using some vertical date strips to number the days of the month. So that's basically it for my bullet journal setup for 2021. There are plenty of other spreads that you could choose to put into the setup of your journal if you want. I haven't chosen to add in other things because I found over the years that these are the spreads that I use the most and that actually get used throughout the year. So over the page, I'm going to start off with my journal with not quite a quote page and not quite a word of the year because there are 2 words involved, but these 2 words really apply to me because I do spend a lot of time putting off tasks and projects by not starting them. And I find that as soon as I do start a project or a task, it's not as bad as I think. So these pages will be a reminder to myself to just start. So here I've actually decided to do some hand lettering. The top word is just in script, so I wrote out the word just using a pencil and then thickened up the lines with a pencil before I inked them in. The same goes with the word start, except I've used block letters instead. So here I'm using a thick Kelly Creates fine liner to draw in the lines and fill in the letters. For the bottom half of the word start, I've decided that I'll fill in the words by using a stippling effect, which is basically just lots and lots of tiny dots. While I'm doing that, I just want to take a quick moment to talk about today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video freelancing, and so much more. There are classes for beginners, pros, dabblers, and masters. So whatever your skill set, you can find a class that suits you. I'm in the process of taking Leah Gorin's class, Beyond Watercolour, Learn to Paint with Gouache. And I love how the class is less than 60 minutes with short videos to fit into my schedule. I'm only halfway through, but I've already learnt so much about gouache. Not only does Skillshare offer classes like this one and so much more, Skillshare is also very affordable. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. So take advantage of this free trial to see everything that Skillshare has to offer. And once again, thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Okay, so let's finish off this quote page and then I can take you through my flip through. As you can see, all this hand lettering takes a long time, but the process is very soothing and therapeutic, and I actually really enjoy doing these hand lettered pages. So to add some final touches to the letters, I'm using a white acrylograph pen to add some highlights to my letters. I love this white pen. It is actually a lot better than the white jelly roll pen that I'm usually quite a fan of, but I think this is going to be my new favourite white pen. The size of this one is the 0.7mm, so that's a small tip pen. And finally, just to add a bit of grey drop shadow to my letters so that they pop off the page slightly. It is very subtle, but it does make a difference. And then to finish off the 2 pages, I'm going with the same design that I've used throughout my 2021 setup. So now that I've set up all the pages of my bullet journal, I'm going to go back to the very start and add my name to the This Book Belongs To page. So here I'm using some new pens that I recently bought. These are Marvy Le Pen Flex, and they are brush pens. The brush themselves are tiny, but they still give you the contrast between thick and thin, and they are super easy to use. So these are definitely some of my new favourite pens. It is getting a bit silly. I'm getting a new favourite pen almost every single month, and I think my husband is very sick of it. So what do you guys think of my design slash theme for my 2021 bullet journal? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Make sure to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Now it's time for a flip through of all my pages. First off is my cover page for 2021, followed by an index page, then my future log for the full 12 months of the year, an inbox page, which is essentially a brain dump page for all my ideas and thoughts, followed by a waiting on page to record all my online purchases and a period tracker. And last of all, a quote page to remind myself to just start. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time with my January Plan With Me video.